I think we can get into spoilers now. So if you haven't seen it yet,
don't do it.
yeah, pretty much.
Stop now.
Yeah, go in fresh and everything. But yeah, we're about to do spoilers in 3, 2, 1. All right. The love story between them two. It did kind of weigh on me more for her, more or less, that part where she pulls out her heart and she's just like, here, take it. And he's just like, no. And you got to stop trusting people. That kind of like hit me a bit hard where I was like, oh man, she'll just do anything.
I thought it was a dream sequence. I'm like, the hell?
Yeah.
I don't know, it did take you out of the movie a little bit because I was like, wow, she's just so giving.
They made a joke of it. They were like, oh yeah, that was pretty intense. And it was like, it was almost a little bit meta where they were like commenting on your own scene. And I was like, yeah, that was really intense. Thanks for telling us all.
Put it back.
And like, when she does wake up and she's kind of like aware and stuff.
Is this at the beginning?
Yeah. Right at the beginning. Like, I'm going to be jumping all over the place. But pretty much when she's waking up and she's kind of, oh, look, I got hands and stuff again, but she can't remember where she's from and stuff, but she can talk. It really had such a nice, like, oh, we're going on the journey with her and we're going to get to discover everything with her. And, it didn't pay off at the end for me, where it was just like, she's holding up the sword and she's like, to be continued. And I'm like, what? Well, damn, like I get it, like Fellowship of the Rings, they're not going to throw the ring into the Mount Doom at the end of it, but still I'm kind of like, it felt like a real cliffhanger.
Yeah, there was no closure.
Like, man, I sat through this and
they rushed that ending bit.
I was going to say, like, the last act felt a bit messy.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, big spoiler, like, what happens to Hugo at the end.
Yeah.
Just like, and like from that happening to actually finishing the movie, I was like, whoa, okay, like that's the end. Like it just didn't feel like paced out very well.
Yeah, they just went, and next.
Yeah.
I do kind of feel like it's not a knock on Robert Rodriguez. He's got a style that he likes to shoot and everything, and yeah, I think he did a good job with this. But there are little things in there, like I have to see it again to kind of be like, yeah, I wouldn't have done that. But there were certain scenes where it was like kind of, okay, now Jennifer Connelly's out. She's just, see, there wasn't really such a big arc for her to be like, I've had enough of this and stuff. And
they just kind of shrugged off like, yeah, kid dead. All right. I want to go back to where I came from.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I was a mom.
I felt like her character development was really like jagged. It was just like, she was obviously like, she did change from the beginning to the end of the movie, but there weren't like clear kind of transitions as to like, oh yeah, this is the turning point. All of a sudden she's like, oh, I'm a doctor and I'm a mom. And I was like, okay.
You're like, to hell.
Like, yeah, I was like, so now you're like okay with everything now? It sometimes felt a little bit all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there any other characters that you could kind of spot out that you were like, we couldn't have done with that, or oh, more of him or more of her, or what's going on? Because the friendship kind of amongst them seemed like that was another movie, that was another story, but they kind of just passed it off like he hates her, she doesn't really like care for him or her or whatever. Like it just, that opening sequence when they were like kind of rollerblading around and playing and stuff, I was like, more of that. Just give me a movie of that. Like them just like tearing up stuff. Like we gotta win the championship. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But like anything you can spot out like.
No, I think me and Bianca kind of agreed. Our favorite scene was the bar scene where she's just kind of monologuing and just whooping.
I think like what we were discussing earlier, like with some of the people we watched it with as well, is that. That bar scene, Alita is really badass. Like she can kick butt. Like that's an understatement. And her reflexes and stuff. Like it's just so like captivating to watch. Yeah. But her actual personality just felt like a completely like separate person. Because she loves Hugo and she wants to give him her heart, and it's just like where's that fighting spirit she had before? It was just like, come back. Like I'm just like begging her to fight more people to have that same kind of attitude, and I'm like, oh, she just loses it every time she opens her mouth to talk. I don't know, that sounds really nasty. But.
No, but I kind of agree. Like there was a few bits that kind of take you out of it where she's just sort of like, come on, like what the hell are you doing, lady? But she does have like those moments that I feel like it made up for it, where she's just kicking ass, because I do feel like that 10-year-old when I do watch scenes like, the big overpowering, like, villain that's going to be like undermining her and giving her shit. And then she's like, all right, I know how to solve this. I can just kick your ass and make you look like a dick.
I'm going to like contradict myself now, but like I guess I do understand the fact that, you know, at the beginning she'd lost her memories and she didn't quite know who she was, and all these like, you know, badass moves were coming out of nowhere. So I understand it, like that's where that separation is, but it just felt really disconnected.
Yeah, it almost felt like two personalities almost. Like, you know, she was in love with Hugo and then she's this badass, you know, fighting machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And plus too, like her going on that little underwater scene stuff, like, oh
where
look, she finds the body.
Ship.
Yeah. Stuff like that, I was kind of like, oh man, give me like a whole backstory off that war going on.
War,
They're talking about how badass this
good.
was, and like you see that little glimpse of it. Hopefully, if they do follow this up with a sequel, like a little sooner than later, we can get to see a lot of what was going on, how she was in war, losing different, like, you know, kind of comrades and stuff.
I gotta say as well, there is quite a bit of humor as well. I wasn't expecting.
There was some funny bits,
Yeah, they kind of came out of nowhere though.
Yeah.
Like, I was a bit lost. Like the tone was like, oh yeah, that is funny.
Yeah, I was like, this is we got some jokes.
Yeah. All in all, I think it's definitely one to see in the cinemas. I really enjoyed seeing it in VMAX as well, in Whitford Cinema.
It's 3D VMAX.
I think VMAX is definitely the best way to watch the movie, to like really appreciate it.
Yeah. I don't know like so much if waiting for this to come out on a streaming service or buying on DVD and then watching in your surround sound at home is going to do it justice compared to the cinema. Like, it is fun to watch it on the big screen stuff, and like in 3D was really fun for me personally. But what do you guys reckon? Like, anything else?
I thought it was pretty good, pretty well done. It just had some problems that, you know, unavoidable. Well, I suppose they could have avoided it, but hey.
And like, just for me to end on a positive with me, I think like this is stuff that I craved for when I was much younger.
Yeah.
I'd go and see, like, you know, comparing this to Ready Player One that came out like a year ago. That was fun to watch, but for me, that felt like it was, you know, 20 years too late for me.
Yeah.
I think you could probably take your kids to see this, like anyone, boy, girl, whoever, and they're going to come away and say, oh, did you see that? Oh, she's so badass. There's going to be a lot of cosplay going on with this girl.
That's going to be so good.
But like anything else we didn't touch on?
No, well, not for me anyway, but I just thought it was just really beautifully shot, and it was kind of a cool adventure to go on.
I guess like not knowing what to expect when I walked in like does help a lot. Like I know for myself, before I go see a movie, I try not to read too many reviews or go into any websites to try and tilt. I think I enjoyed it. Definitely all the things we've discussed is something hopefully they can work on in the second one.
Yeah.
But it's definitely left me with a lot of questions, I guess, in like a lot of good ways as well, to kind of want to know more and see where it's going to go from here.
Almost makes me want to read the manga.
Yeah, I was going to say that too, actually.
I want to go back to that world and see like what goes on, and like, you know, maybe explore other characters and stuff, like, you know, and see what the hell's going on up in that city, up in the sky.
I think they should have shown more flashbacks as well. I think they worked better telling more exposition with flashbacks than they actually did with just talking about it. Yeah, I forgot that earlier. Yeah, I just think that worked really, really well. So I hope they do more of it in the next one.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to flashback to the war and all that.
I think like too, if we've missed anything, let us know in the comments below. We're all like out. I know we're going to probably end up forgetting like something and remembering it like, you know, later on. But what did you guys think? Do you agree with us? Did we miss anything? Did you like the movie? When you go see it, we do recommend go and see it at Event Cinemas in Whitford. But pretty much, you can check me and Tanya out on Chatterbox Reviews, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and we can find Bianca.
Oh, yeah, so my YouTube channel is Stormy Plays, and I'm also on Twitch, which is Stormy Streams, which is pretty easy to find. I'm also on Twitter as well, but all the links are up in my profiles.
Yep.
So,
and Bianca does all the games.
Yeah, what games do we look forward to?
I really love movies too, so I've really enjoyed doing this with you guys. It's been so much fun.
Any games we can look forward to that
I'm playing a lot of Apex Legends at the moment, and hopefully, what's the next one's on the list? There's just so many coming out, but Apex is definitely the one that's just come out of nowhere and is taking taking all the platforms by storm at the moment. So
Awesome.
I'm definitely doing a video on that very soon.
Yeah, and
And
we're going to try and play that.
E3 is coming up in June, so we'll definitely be looking at all the new games coming up
I'm
and
so
stuff. That's going to be pretty cool. But thanks for watching, guys, from Stan.
Tanya.
Bianca.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching, guys. Bye.
See ya.